Good evening. Welcome to the Rashad Mitchell channel. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. So continue on my part series on the week that was college football history and review, the 1953 college football season. I believe this is week 11. Let me recap first. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, week 11. This is week 11 of the 1953 season. This is week 11, November 26th to the November 28th. So I'll be talking about the games that were played on Thanksgiving, the games that were played on Friday as well as on Saturday. So we're going to start with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, November 26th, Pennsylvania and Cornell played to a tie, 7-7. Underdog Cornell came from behind for deadlock and gave Big Red Ivy title with 3-0-2 leg slate. Fullback Joe Variatis scored opening touchdown on 18-yard run for Penn, but Cornell earned tie in second quarter when sub quarterback Herb Bull set up his own touchdown with 60-yard strike to end Bruce Brenner. And Maya Quakers coach George Munger closed 16-year career with an 82-42-10 record. On the same Thanksgiving Day, Texas beat Texas A&M 21-12 as Texas reeled off drives of 67, 74, 80 yards with fullback Ed Kelly, halfback Delano Womack, and quarterback Charlie Brewer serving as scoring aces. Womack gained 103 yards rushing as Texas clinched at least tie for the Southwest Conference crown. Longhorns in Carlton Massey, who sparked on both sides of ball, made leaping catch over Texas A&M quarterback defensive back Don Ellis to snag pass from Brewer at Aggie's 10-yard line to set up Womack for 4-yard touchdown run in second quarter. So it gave Texas a 14-0 lead, which was nipped to 14-6 when Texas A&M fullback Don Catchtick plunged over from 1 yard later in second quarter. So in 1951, Coach Ray George's Aggies started with 4 wins and slumped. His 1953 A&M team opened 4-0-1, and similar dive this time cost him his job. On the same Thanksgiving Day, Utah defeated Brigham Young 33-32. National TV audience marveled at the wide open style of football that will become a keynote Mountain Zone's West WAC conference still 9 years from formation. Big underdog by Big YU surprised Utah with strong aerial game and set up 3 touchdowns by fullback Don James. Ute fullback Don Peterson scored 4 touchdowns, and quarterback Don Ray Rydodge added another score with a 20-yard touchdown pitch to halfback Max Pierce. So after 13-13 halftime deadlock, game's first pivotal play came in the third quarter. After scoring, Utah kicked off, and BYU was guilty of personal foul with ball of flight. Rule enforced that night, amazingly, provided possession to kicking team. Utah ended it quickly, scored for 27-20 lead. After a rally, BYU attempted 4th tie of afternoon and fourth quarter, but quarterback holder Levon Satterfield fumble cover conversion snap, preventing halfback kicker Billy Meadows from attempting to score tying kick. Army beat Navy 20-7 in Philadelphia. In front of 100,000 witnesses, Army's return from the dark days of 1951 honor code expulsions became complete on strength of sophomore halfback Pat Ubell's 3 touchdowns. Ubell started early, blasting over from 5-yard line after Navy lost fumble at its 31-yard line to Cadets tackle Howard Glock on trick opening kickoff. Army had purposely booted kickoff on unanticipated diagonal path as Cadets' 70-yard march in second quarter ended in Ubell's scoring plunge on play identical to his touchdown of first quarter. Ubell's most exciting moment came with a 70-yard punt return for a touchdown in the third quarter. He fielded back punter Joe Gattuso's low punt on run and roared past all but a pair of middies, last of whom was wiped out by Glock's block. Navy never quit, gaining 239 yards to Army's 261 yards and managed to threaten several times Cadets' defense led by guard Leroy Lung and end Bob Mischak. halted middies drives at Army 931 6-yard line. 9-yard line, 31-yard line, 6-yard line. Army hardly substituted at all until late going, and its reserve players permitted Tar's 63-yard trip to have back Jack Garrow's last-minute touchdown run. Navy had stunningly knocked cadets from unbeaten ranks in 1950. The last 2 years had seen pair of post-expulsionist defeats, so this was Army's first victory over its service rival since 1949. The defeat kept Eddie Erdelatz from becoming the first Navy coach to score 4 straight wins against West Point. Duke defeated North Carolina 35-20 as frigid temperatures greeted fans. Blue Devils already ahead 7-0 and had back Lloyd Cardle's 1-yard fourth down touchdown smash in first quarter took advantage of apparent frostbite or stage fright on part of North Carolina punter Billy Williams. Williams failed to get off any of his punts starting in the second quarter. From end zone near end of the first half, Williams was knocked back over in line for safety by Duke defensive end Sonny Sorrell. On opening series of the third quarter, Williams received low snap and was forced out of bounds. Cardle caught perfect 47-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Jerry Barger on next step. Tar Heels made immediate 66-yard trip to quarterback Marshall Newman's 11-yard touchdown pass. Trailing 21-7, University of North Carolina's next punting misadventure only stalled Duke. Defensive back Barger made interceptions to position Cardle's third touchdown as 35-yard pitch out dash scored early in the fourth quarter. Hill scored again on Newman's sneak and quickly added another, and bad pitch out bounced off Cardle's helmet into the hands of defensive back Ken Keller, who raced 30 yards. Defensive tackle Ed Meadows blocked extra point to keep Duke ahead 28-20, but Carolina fought to 4th and 6 setting at its 43-yard line, so instead of trying pass play to keep its drive alive, University of North Carolina crazily had Williams to try to run out of fake punt. He was swarmed under at his 35-yard line to set up Duke's last touchdown. Meanwhile, Georgia Tech beat Georgia 20-12, so Baldwin stayed put early in game as Georgia lost fumble. Georgia Tech lost fumble, then Georgia again. Engineers guard Jake Shoemaker grabbed fumble at Bulldogs' 14-yard line. Quarterback Pepper Tech's Brat Rogers sneaked over for 7-0 lead. Rogers hit passes of 19 yards to end Henry Hare and 13 yards to end Jimmy Dorham to position fullback George Humphreys for 14-yard touchdown run up the middle after Bulldogs halfback Charlie Madison scored to pull within 14-6. Georgia's Brat quarterback Zeke Bukowski zipped short pass to Madison, who rambled loose in open field. Suddenly, Madison lost his grip and ball popped into the air to trailing Georgia Tech tackle Ben Doherty, who happily took fumble at Tech 5-yard line. So Yellow Jackets stormed 95 yards to score for a 21-6 lead just when Georgia felt certain it was close to clawing back to within 14-13. So Alabama next. Alabama beat Auburn 10-7. Opposing fullbacks Charlie Hadaway of Auburn and Bill Rocky Stone of Alabama traded first half touchdowns. Opposing fullbacks Charlie Hadaway of Auburn and Bill Rocky Stone of Alabama traded first half touchdowns. Quarterback defensive back Bart Starr's fourth quarter fumble recovery turned the game for the Crimson Tide. And halfback kicker Bobby Luna booted winning field goal with 8 minutes left. When Mississippi State tied Mississippi 7-7, it gave Tide strong SEC crown to less than dominant Alabama at 4-3. Florida State defeated North Carolina State 23-13 as Wolfpack suffered block punt and 3 fumbles, and each miscue was turned into Florida State score. Seminoles end Eddie Johnson blocked North Carolina State fullback Don Langston's first quarter punt through the end zone for safety. So FSU halfback Bobby Favish soon caught 4-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Harry Massey for first of his 2 touchdowns. Guard Jerry Jacobs bagged 2 fumbles to set up Favish 2-yard touchdown run in second quarter and Massey's third quarter touchdown pass. Halfback Monte Seahorn Had 42 yards rushing on 6 carries, scored twice for North Carolina State. Next, Rice beat Baylor 41-19 as fullback Kasi Johnson and halfback Dickie Mogul each gained 137 yards rushing as Owls soared past fading Baylor into the Southwest Conference title tied with Texas, each with 5-1 record. Texas Athletic Director Dana Bible graciously withdrew Longhorns from Cotton Bowl bid based on earlier 1813 loss to Rice. Bears lose of 3 of the last 4 games, got second quarter touchdown sneak by quarterback Cotton Davidson, but fell behind 41-7 until too late scores by fullback linebacker Weldon Holly, who had a 35-yard interception return, and in Charles Bristow 7-yard catch. Now Johnson scored 3 touchdowns on his way to second best rushing total of 944 yards in the Southwest Conference history. Mogul, 9-letter winner in 1952, tallied twice on his path to posting 6th best rushing total, 833 yards in the nation. And finally, Notre Dame beat Southern California 48-14. Alien coach Frank Leahy remained glued to radio in South Bend, listening to his 86th and next to last win as Fighting Irish coach. It turned out to be the most lopsided meeting between the rivals in the 25 encounters. Southern California took opening kickoff and moved 62 yards to Notre Dame 15-yard line, but was halted. So on next first quarter drive, Trojans faced 4th and 1 at the Irish 40-yard line and chose conservative punt strategy. Tailback punter Aramis Dandor punted low to halfback Joe Heap, who scored 94 yards on punt touchdown return to truly ignite the Irish. Notre Dame halfback Johnny Latner, who had 157 yards rushing on 17 carries, followed with 4 touchdowns, including a 50-yard dash to ice it, playing in front of 97,952 Sun-baked fans. USC managed to trim deficit to 13-7 midway in the second quarter as tailback Desmond Koch set up his 5-yard touchdown run with a 43-yard punt return to Notre Dame 31-yard line. The Irish answered right away, however, going 68 yards on 4 plays. Fullback Neil Warden, who had 134 yards rushing on 15 carries, slammed up the middle and charged 55 yards to USC 2-yard line. Warden smashed over for 20-7 halftime edge. Troy dropped 3 of its last 4 games to stellar teams that would finish 27-9-3. Now the final AP poll as of November 30th was Maryland number 1, Notre Dame number 2, Michigan State number 3, Oklahoma number 4, UCLA number 5, Rice number 6, number 7, Illinois, number 8, Georgia Tech, number 9, Iowa, number 10, West Virginia, number 11, Texas, number 12, Texas Tech, number 13, Alabama, number 14, Army, number 15, Wisconsin, 16, Kentucky, 17, Auburn, number 18, Duke, number 19, Stanford, number 20, Michigan. So that concludes a look at the week that was, the games that were played on November 26th to November 28th, 1953. This is week 11. I'll come back and do another video tomorrow. There's 3 games right here for December 5th. That'll be week 12, and then move forward to the bowl games and go over all the stats, everything that took place during the 1953 season, stats and award winners and stuff like that, the All-American team, all that other stuff. So hope you enjoyed everything that I talked about as far as this video is concerned. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This is week 11. So I'll do another video tomorrow, so please subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you can to support the channel. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.